Kon Bonwa, good evening, Forgotten. It is I, Mad Titan, and welcome to the mysterious series, If. What is If? Interesting, immersive, and forgotten. And we are here in the Forgotten City. In the past, very interesting. We've not really talked to anyone, but we did explore a whole section of the city without speaking to anyone. So I might be screwing up the mod by doing that, but we're going to continue to do that. This is 3 Skyrim mods: interesting NPCs, immersive world encounters, and where we currently are, the Forgotten City. Now, the main quest for the Forgotten City is to get out of the Forgotten City. So, unfortunately, we will not be able to do too much of the interesting NPCs or immersive world encounters while we are in the Forgotten City. But you know what? I'm kind of okay with that, because this has been very, very interesting. So we went through that whole area and ended up coming out up top, up there. I don't think I put God mode on. No, I did not. There we go. So we are going to be now exploring the ruins, if it will let us. I mean, there's a board in front of it, but yet it still let us in. So it appears that these are Dwemer ruins. If you're new to the channel, which is very possible, this is only the 3rd episode of this series. Dojo Yoroshiku Onegaishimasu. If you're new to the channel, which again, if you're attracted by this series, very well might be possible. Hajime Mashite. And if you're a regular, like Teresa, like Isabella Steele, like Mrs. Foyce, who was one of the people that suggested this series, more specifically the interesting NPCs part of this series. Okai Rinasai, welcome back, welcome home. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. So we're going to do our best to explore this mod as thoroughly as possible and understand. Alright, that's a second piece of immaculate dwarven stuff we've gotten. And what did we learn in the last episode? The thumbnail that I'm using, the dwarven writing in the thumbnail that I'm using, apparently says something like, don't punch anybody in the face. Strange energy radiates all around you. Okay. Don't punch anybody in the face, or you're... Okay. We got some enemies. Or, you're all gonna get burned to death. What are you? A magic anomaly. I mean, it looks like a retextured will-o-wisp. Interesting. Very cool looking. I'm happy to take the gold. What happens if I try to use this smelter? Can I use this smelter? I can. Alright, well. Not normally something I do in an episode. But, while we're here, why not? There we go. Oh, treasure chest. With nothing in it. Disappointing. Alright, there's more will-o-wispy things. There's some sort of dome down there. New subscribers. Pierce Wells. Pierce Wells is watching this series. He had commented, "You're..." I'm not entirely sure what I was supposed to get from that, Pierce. So my apologies if I'm missing something obvious. It's very, very possible. But thank you so much for the comment. And hopefully you did subscribe. If you have not, please consider doing so. it would be greatly appreciated. We'll also have Ashley Lanier, Stephen Whitman, Todd Dwyer, and David Barry. Steve Whitman is watching Blind, Deaf, and Dumb, and also happens to be one of my many younger brothers. Blind, Deaf, and Dumb is my Fallout 76 series, the first series that I started on this channel. Ooh, we're going to do some sexy mining. Yeah. Go Nayara, go Nayara. Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Woo! It's my mildly sarcastic, if nobody's figured it out yet, because I find the mining to be extraordinarily tedious. Mining in, what is it? Trying to think. The Rim, for example. The Rim is an Oblivion conversion mod, because I'm also playing that, as well as Enderroll, a Skyrim conversion mod, which basically that takes those two games and turns them into completely different games. Very awesome. But mining is much faster in the Rim. Come on. I we have the doorbell ringing, which is very out of the ordinary. Excuse me. So honestly, kind of terrifying. Yeah, I don't often have visitors. Somewhat of a hermit in that regard. Don't really like leaving the house much either. But it was delivery. They don't normally ring the doorbell for deliveries, which is what kind of threw me off. Oh, more mining. Well, it's gold, but we have to. I'm very sorry. Woo! Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Poor Nayara. She doesn't look like somebody who should be mining in her beautiful purple dress. So, clearly a gold mine of some sort. A dwarven gold mine where there's apparently some sort of freaky energy emanating around us. Maybe this is something to do with the time travel and everybody dying. I don't know. I'm guessing these wispy things took out the dwarven things. You look bigger than the other ones. Are you bigger? I missed. Come on. How am I keep missing? Boom shakalaka. Alright. They all have soul gens in them, which is interesting. And more gold. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. This episode is not sponsored by Pepsi. Taste of a new generation. Pepsi, have it your way. Alright. I mean, Nayara wants to get rich. So this is just kind of going down in a swirly circle. Down to whatever the heck that massive looking dome is. Oh my god. Right here. Just for you. Oh, and like magic, look, it's already been mined. I like how the road kind of looks like the yellow brick road too. There's a little glitchiness or something there. I saw that for a second. So we're getting lots of shrooms and gold. Golden shrooms. The golden mushroom arches. So we will get to talking to everybody here, because when we first came to Forgotten City, the only person that was talking to us was a ghost. So I figured there was a reason to come over here. It's empty again though. That's interesting. Okay, also interesting. Okay, we can go into the Dwarven Dome. I don't know how I feel about that. but we can go into the Dwarven Dome. Alright, what happened to this dude? He had 2 gold on him. Thanks for that. Well, I guess we don't have any other choice, so we're going into the Dwarven Dome. So we are playing this blind. We are playing strange energy emanates all around you. We were playing all these mods blind. So, meaning I didn't really look too much into them. Oh my goodness. There's a...
And here you are. I've been waiting for you, Dovahkiin.
Why did you call me Dovahkiin? Because I'm the Dovahkiin.
I see you have not yet discovered your true nature. It seems I know you better than you know yourself.
The Arbiter, okay? You know who I am?
Of course. To me, your memories are an open tome. To begin with, I know you have taken many lives in cold blood.
I have. I don't know why. I can't say I have because I 100% am honest about that. Lucky guess.
And I know you are a brazen thief, compulsively stealing from your own kind, without remorse or restraint.
Is that all?
I know you thirst for the blood of your own kind.
Alright, you got me.
I also know you have come from the future.
Ah, yes.
And why is that?
I don't know.
Is your desire for power so great that you would break even the laws of time for it?
Maybe.
It makes no difference. You will not take it from me. You would not be so foolish as to break my law.
You mean the Dwarves' law?
I mean my law. I made it because your kind would be incapable of order, of peace, without it.
So that would make you...
That makes me the Arbiter. I am also the founder. I discovered this site millennia ago, and the deposit of Ethereum beneath us. I laid the foundations, and I watched my children grow and learn and use the Ethereum to create marvels, technological wonders. But they grew quarrelsome and used their knowledge to create weapons to use against their own kind, and worse, their own father. So I confiscated their weapons and declared my law that each and every one of my children would live in perfect order, or they would not live at all. And here I am, millennia later, still waiting for children worthy of this city. And for my patience, it seems my reward is a visit from you, Dovahkiin. Well, why have you traveled through time to come here? What is it you seek?
I was just trying to get out of here, and then they made me come back here to the past. Actually, I have some questions for you. Enough talk. It's time for you to die. It's time to put an end to your law. Yeah, can we do some questions?
If only you could read my memories as I read yours. Very well. Ask your questions.
Alright, Arbiter. So you're the one killing all these people. How long have you been down here? That's all the questions I had. How have you survived all this time? What happened to the rest of the Dwemer people? Yes.
It is not my place to reveal that secret to you, Dovahkiin. But when they moved on from this world, I was left behind. You see, the energy that has sustained me all this time, it anchored me here. I could not leave this place if I wanted to.
Okay, so you got left behind like Kevin McAllister in Home Alone? Alright. How have you survived all this time? I guess somehow the energy from that, those stones below you, making you glow like the sun, or keeping you alive?
You wish to be ageless, like me. In truth, time passes differently in here. It would take an eternity just to explain it to you.
You trying to say I'm dumb? Alright, how long have you been down here?
2,000 years in your terms. But time is different down here. I count time in waves, generations, civilizations.
Sonny's
You and
talking.
your kind up above are number 322.
Oh my goodness, Sonny. So you're the one killing all these people.
You flock here, your kind, like moths to a flame, driven by greed and the lust for power. You are warned about my law, and when you disobey, and you always disobey, you force my hand, bringing death upon yourselves. So you ask if I am the one killing your kind, and I say no, you kill yourselves. I am merely the means by which you do it.
They will look up at us and shout, "Save us!" And I will look down and whisper, "No." Okay. So that's all the questions I have.
So I see. Now, state your purpose here.
I mean, these are these are the only two choices I have other than questions. So I'm just gonna say I'll be going now, I guess.
Going where? This is your reckoning, Dovahkiin, and we have only just begun.
Okay. Well,
Now, where were we?
can I explore?
Now, where were we?
I'm trying to explore around your place. Am I allowed to do that? Oh, okay. We got... Okay, so this is like where the Elder Scroll is. Interesting. Alright, I don't really want to talk to you anymore. I'm
Now,
trying to leave.
where were we?
See ya, I guess. Oh, snap. Oh, no.
Now, where were we?
It's... Oh, God. I may have made a mistake coming in here. We might have to go a different save. I don't know.
You come here, hands stained in blood, and seek to lecture me in matters of law. And yet, you speak with such conviction. I cannot deny my curiosity is piqued. Very well. I will hear you out before I decide your fate.
Like you, I tried to fix what I didn't understand and made it worse.
Choose your next words carefully, Dovahkiin. What is it that you made worse?
I tried to prevent a breach of the war's law, and I was the breach. Enough talk. Actually, your law made everything worse. I blame you. I feel like it shouldn't have let me in here. if I wasn't supposed to be here now.
You admit to breaking my law. In the future, at least this explains why you traveled back in time.
I was so focused on my goal that I didn't see the bigger picture like you. Enough talk, it's time for you to die. I had to travel back in time because of your terrible law.
I warn you, tread carefully.
You've become so fixated on peace and order that you've committed genocide. Yeah, we'll just keep going with the nicer option, I guess.
Everything I have done here, everything I have done has been,
It's not too late to end this?
I thought that if I could create peace here, create order, that I could prove to the world that such a thing is possible, and they might follow. When the first of your kind disobeyed my law, I was disappointed. But I thought, if I was patient, the next wave might fare better. But that wave met the same fate, and the next wave after that. They betrayed me, and I had no choice but to wipe the slate clean. But the more I failed, the more firmly I had to believe that I would be vindicated one day. But I have suspected for a long time that day would never come. And now I see it never will. There is no place for peace and order in this world.
So you'll stop all this?
I will stop. From this point forward, your kind will be free to live how they choose, in whatever chaos and squalor they create for themselves. I will destroy this Ethereum to ensure your kind can never exploit it, and you may all return to the world of man, should you wish. But I warn you, Dovahkiin, making these changes will create a paradox in time. The events that brought you here will never have taken place. What will become of you is difficult to predict, but that is the risk you have taken by interfering with the past. Now, are you ready?
I ain't come all this way to leave empty-handed? Oh. At this point, like, I really feel like we should just reload and not come in here. What happens if I say this?
Then you will not leave at all. Goodbye, Dovahkiin.
Alright, so we're fighting. Oh, I mean, okay, I guess. I don't know why we're fighting. But things are going pretty well.
Impossible.
Where'd he go? Okay. That's a pretty cool enchantment. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna reload. I don't know why it let me come in here, like, at all. And it wouldn't let me leave because I feel like this is like an end game decision. Like, and seriously, because I killed him, does that mean I can get out of here now? Because I couldn't. mod author just wanted to give me the option to do that. Yeah, so you can leave. All right, we're just gonna reload. Because I feel like we just jumped to the end of the mod, which is not even remotely what I want to do. I want to play the mod. All right, let's start talking to people. What's up?
The Jarl has asked that we direct all newcomers to his quarters on the top floor.
Uh-huh. What's your story?
My story? It's about a quiet man who preferred to keep to himself, short and sharp.
Do you know a way out of here?
Yes, I do. Death. Death is the only way out of here.
But you didn't go down into the underground and fight the big metal dude? How do I know this?
What? Oh. So you went through my belongings, did you?
Did I?
Well, what of it? What do you want?
I just want to make sure you're not a threat to the safety of this city.
Oh, how noble of you. I've admitted it. I worked for the Dark Brotherhood, and I was very good at what I did. But I'm quite comfortable here, as you can see. What would be my motivation to kill anyone now? I'd need some kind of death wish. Now, was there something else you wanted to ask me? Or can I get back to enjoying my retirement?
I'll be going now.
You do that.
Alright, let's just go talk to Metalis, because I feel like that's what they want me to do, and even though I want to explore, I'm guessing this is one of those mods where it's like you kind of got to follow the rules of the mod, or not the rules, but you know what I mean. Follow what the mod wants me to do. So we'll do what the mod wants me to do. It wants me to talk to Metalis. We'll go talk to Metalis. So this will be cool to see what the Citadel looks like, not all trashed now. So sorry about like kind of the spoilers, I guess. Alright, I mean, oh, it's so hard for me not to talk to people on the way. Alright, so Saphira and...
Not here. He can hear us.
Who? Who can hear us? Indomitus.
Not here. He can hear us.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that means. Feed. I forgot I'm a vampire.
You wouldn't want to keep the Jarl waiting, would you?
I mean, I don't care. What's your story?
I'm sorry, what's my story? What in oblivion is your story? How dare you come in here like you own the place and expect me to explain myself to you?
Answer the question.
I don't care who you are, but pay attention. There's a pecking order around here, and I'm at the top of it. After the Jarl, of course. So work hard and do what I tell you, or you'll wish you died and gone to oblivion. Got it?
My apologies. I didn't mean to upset you. I don't like your attitude. I just think I'm going to kill you. You know, speaking to people like that is just going to provoke someone to hit you.
Nonsense. Not even a peasant like you would be stupid enough to do that. Everybody knows it would break the dwarves' law and get us all killed. So I'll speak to you and the other peasants as I see fit, and there's nothing you can do about it. Got it? Now get out of my sight. I'm sick of you.
So what happens if he doesn't have anything to
Get
say?
away from me, peasant. I don't want anyone seeing us together.
What are you going to do? Wait, why is your lady just laying on the floor?
Hey, I saw that. Look at me. Do you think I don't notice when you check someone out?
I wasn't, Dom. I swear. Please don't be angry with me.
My name is Domitus, not Dom. You know, one of these days, those wandering eyes of yours are gonna get you in real trouble.
Not here. He can hear us.
Okay. Well, I don't like that guy. So, we know that there's several other rooms in here. Everybody's asleep, though. So that's Sato. Who else do we got? We got, Gaia. We got giant metal robot dude. And nobody's here. Everything's stealing, but I was really curious to steal that soup in front of him to see how he would react. Because if they can't attack me, then what would happen? You know what I mean? So I'm very curious as to I don't know. I've never seen an NPC lay on the floor before. It's super weird.
Get away from me, peasant. I don't want anyone seeing us together.
Alright, we're gonna do it. We're gonna save though. Sure.
The many shall suffer for the sins
Get away
of
from
the
me,
one.
peasant. I don't want anyone seeing us together.
Alright, so alright, so stealing was bad.
Get away from me, peasant. I don't want to.
I was supposed to be the Jarl.
Alright, well that made me feel a little bit better. Alright, so you can't steal if you steal, then things are broken. Oh, the robots did wake up. That's pretty dope. Where's he going though? What's up? Ooh, are you invincible? They're invincible. Okay, so the mod author is not budging around here. Alright, I get it. I understand now. Don't steal the soup. The Wabbajack! Yeah, don't steal the soup or bad stuff's gonna happen. But I can drop this urn on him. I appreciate how he spoke to me. So he takes an urn to the head. Alright, so Saphira, excuse me, she seems like she's a little freaky. I guess. I don't know. Let's go upstairs. Let's find Metalis. Is he gonna be a jerk too? I mean, I already killed his ghost. Or is he gonna be aware? I don't remember the layout of this place super well, to be honest with you. That's outside. Alright, so wait, the balcony was over here, right? No. Wait, are you Metalis? No, you're not Metalis. Who are you?
Have you spoken with the Jarl yet?
I'm trying. I can't remember how to get to him. Here we go. One more floor up. So damn. Stealing a bowl of soup. I thought it was just punching dudes. But I can't even steal anything when I'm here? That's a bummer. Like, what if I pick a lock? I seriously have no idea how many things will trigger it. Which room is he in? He's not waiting for me either. He's sleeping. Can I read this book? We read this already, right? Alright, we could look at it again because I already forgot. So Brawl is the researcher. Gaia, she's the research assistant. Narnbus, we know who that was. He was the guy who was in the bottom of the other place. Okay. Alright. Just reading through this again. Found key? Question mark? Alright, yeah, we definitely have to talk to Dooley. Stasia is the Forsworn. Sanchi is the skooma addict. Saphira, he just nothing. She doesn't do anything. Maybe she has potential. Dominus has, yeah, definitely has anger issues. Sato is deaf. Vernon. Okay. I'm gonna forget all these again, but I'm trying. There's a lot of dudes to remember. Trespassed in my lake house. That's cute. City Northwest Chamber. So apparently I have quarters. Okay. Wake up. Feed. I have a feeling that would cause a problem.
It's
Nayara.
always exciting to meet a new member of our small community. Now, before I forget, since you're here for good, you'll need some quarters. Here's a key to the last vacant chambers down in the city, between Brawl and Lukey. It's all yours. Now tell me, what brings you to my city?
Actually, you sent me here from the future to save this city. Show the note.
I sent you here. I'm not sure what you mean.
Here's a letter you will write shortly after the city is destroyed.
Well, let's see. This is my handwriting. The victims of an unspeakable atrocity. I will open a portal that will take you into the past. You must go back. This is real, isn't it? I've even toyed with the idea of creating a portal between 2 points in time, with Brawl's help. But that's odd. My letter makes no mention of what caused the disaster. I suppose I was in a hurry. So tell me, what's going to happen to us?
I don't know, but it was dark and there were corpses everywhere.
That's exactly what I saw when I first discovered this place, several years ago. It seems whatever happened then is going to happen again. I think it has something to do with the dwarves' law. This is bad. This is very, very bad.
The dwarves' law?
Yes. You see, the dwarves who built this place left inscriptions. Brawl hasn't been able to fully translate them, but we understand some parts. This warning keeps coming up. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. We think that breaking the law here will cause some kind of event. The truth is,
you're right.
I've used the dwarves' law to frighten my people into obedience, and it's worked so far. But someone's about to break that law. Let me think. Your arrival here is exactly what I need. You've helped me a great deal by bringing this note to my attention. I wonder if you could do me another favor.
Let's do it. What do you want from me?
I need you to investigate the city, talk to my people, help them, if it'll win their trust. You can even go through their possessions, if you have to. You must work out who is going to break the dwarves' law. Once you have a name, come back and tell me immediately. As Jarl, I authorize you to go anywhere you need to go, including private homes. But if someone asks you to leave, you should do so immediately.
If I help you, will you get me back to my own time and out of the city?
I can't promise either of those things, but I will certainly do everything within my power to help you once you've helped my people. And of course, if you decide to stay, I would make sure you enjoy a comfortable life here. Now what do you say? Will you help me?
Yeah, no, I don't want to play this much. Yes, I'll help you.
Thank you. Now, you mustn't tell anybody where you're from or what may be about to happen here. People do foolish things when they panic. If it helps you, you're welcome to borrow the book on my desk. It contains the names and addresses of my subjects. Just don't show it to anyone. Goodbye for now, and good luck. I don't need to tell you what will happen if you fail.
We're all gonna catch on fire, apparently. Alright. But it still says, I notice it still says steal. So I can look through stuff, I just can't take anything. Okay. Now this says take and I'm allowed to take it. Awesome. Well, I'm happy I was allowed to do that. Because I'm for sure gonna forget who everybody is. I'm very curious to talk to his daughter. Alright, so this is where we started and we fell. It looks like it's daytime now. I wonder if there's a dragon in there. Probably not. Alright, let's go. We're just going to talk to whomever we come across first. So, alright, this is his daughter.
Nice to see someone in the Citadel who isn't an Imperial for a change.
Oh, his voice actor, by the way, was amazing. Alright, Dwemer, your hands are clipping through your dress
Hey
there.
there.
What's your story?
Well, as you know, the Jarl is my father. Or, at least, that's what he tells people. What he doesn't tell anyone is that I'm adopted. And the worst part is, I don't even know why he adopted me in the first place. I mean, he doesn't seem to care about me at all. Sometimes I feel more like his prisoner than his daughter. If we weren't trapped in here, I'd run away in a heartbeat.
Your father sounds very controlling.
Oh, he really is. He's always telling everyone what to do. I don't know how everyone puts up with him. Did you know he calls this place his Citadel? And he and his friends don't do any work. Everything gets done by the people down in the city. He'll probably try to make you work for him too. But don't just do whatever he says. People around here should really learn to stand up to him.
Do you know a way out of here?
You know my father would be upset to hear you ask that. I love it. Me, I'm not even allowed out of the Citadel. I'm so bored. Father doesn't want me mixing with the common folk. He's all, why don't you read one of the books Gaia brought you? Books? I'm almost 18. I want to have fun, like normal girls my age. Or do anything to take my mind off where I am. I thought about getting one of those awful Nord tattoos. Father would hate that. But then that bitch Asanchi told me about her skooma habit. I don't want to drink it, oh, but if I get some, I just know I could get that junkie to spill her guts about everyone in this place.
Do I have skooma? Alright, I'll see what
Great!
I can do.
I wouldn't even know where to start looking. But there's got to be a stash or a recipe somewhere in the city. Come back as quick as you can.
Okay. Interesting. So we know from when we explored before that... Oh my god. No. Sorry about that. Sonny decided he really wanted to be in this episode, and thus jumped up right in front of me. Scared the bejesus out of me. I didn't even hear him coming. Yeah, making sure that, you know, she seems the type that she would like hide secrets somewhere, but I guess not. Alright, so she wants skooma. Alright, this is... Yeah, this is where they take baths. Probably not great that the wall's leaking. Just saying. Alright, who else? Yeah, he's like, you can explore anywhere in my castle, but not apparently in there. Alright, so him and his daughter are the only ones up here. And other than wanting skooma, which I don't know. First of all, I don't... It seemed like it acted like I had some. I have skooma? No, I don't have skooma. I was gonna say, I didn't think I had skooma.
I wasn't, Dom. I swear. You could be angry with me.
Alright. So they're fighting again. Alright, so... That's outside. So who's here? Alright, this is the... See, I would have guessed Khajiit, but not a Khajiit.
I'm a little busy, but what do you need?
What's your story?
Why, you think if you butter me up, I'll start making food for you too? Forget it. My kitchen's for Citadel residents only. Go make your own food.
I just want to talk to you.
Well, fine. My story? I'm the Citadel cook. In this life. Not exactly how I thought my life would end up. But it's better than it was on the surface.
What was your life like on the surface?
That. Seems like a long time ago. I had a very easy life for myself in Markarth. Married to a silver merchant. Maybe it was a little too easy. I was bored. A lot. Started looking for something to do. A friend introduced me to skooma. It was fun. For a while. But you know how it goes. I was a living cliche. Lost my husband, my home, my easy life. Then I found myself doing things I'm not proud of. That's when I realized if I couldn't keep myself away from the skooma, I'd have to keep it away from me. So when I found the entrance to this place, I knew what I had to do. Haven't touched the stuff since. Still get the cravings. Sometimes I'd kill for one last bottle. But no point in thinking about it down here. Right?
Again, it wants me to say it, but I don't. Do you know a way out of here?
I got myself trapped in here for a good reason. No way I'm going back up there. So, no, I don't know a way out. And I wouldn't want to know.
Alright, I'll be going now, Asanshi.
Alright. See you later. I'm a little busy, but what do you need?
Whose room is that? Is this her room? I don't want smoked salmon, no thank you. I'm not sure whose room this is. Any secrets hidden? Hiding gold. But again, if I take it, it would be stealing. So can't do that. Alright, I don't know. I thought her chambers had something in it that was locked. So that's outside, and this is outside, or both outside? Yes. Alright, whose room is this? I got is just pieces of salmon. Alright, so this is in Sanchi's room, I believe. Why she has 2 beds, I'm not sure. Anybody in here? No. Little tiny pickaxe. Alright, who am I talking to next? Who are you?
Oh, hello there, dear.
Jeshel. I do not remember Jeshel. Actually, I have both. I have one from the past and one from the future. That's hilarious. Alright, Jeshel. It just says a void. Interesting.
Windtown?
Uh-huh.
Hello, dear.
What's your story?
Oh my. It's very nice of you to take an interest in my life, dear. But you don't need to humor an old woman.
I'm not humoring you. I'm genuinely interested.
Really? Well, you're the first person in the city to say that. Well, let's see. These days, I mostly just sweep the streets here, keep them clean. Cleanliness is next to godliness, or so they say. It's not very inspiring, as you can imagine, but the alternative is to wind up like poor Dooley.
Who's Dooley?
Oh, you haven't met him yet. Don't worry, I'm sure he'll introduce himself to you sooner or later. He's homeless. He lives in a cave by the lake. I feel sorry for him. I think most of us do. But ever since his brother died, he's been obsessing over some long-lost treasure. The Jarl decided because he can't work, he doesn't deserve to live in a house like the rest of us. So he lives in a tent in a cave of sorts. But don't let him drag you into it. I'm quite sure it's imaginary. A great loss can do terrible things to a person's mind.
I know what you mean.
Well, anyway, that's about all there is about me to tell, I'm afraid. I'm not very interesting.
I'm sure there's more to you than that.
Well, the most important thing in my life is prayer. So let me ask you, have you found room in your heart for Mara, the mother goddess?
So that's why he said avoid. I couldn't care less about your god, old woman. Sorry, I just remembered I have to go do something.
Yes, of course, dear. Don't worry, I get that reaction a lot. Perhaps I'll see you later.
Alright, somebody walked by me though. Who was that? You, who are you?
Get away from me, peasant. I don't want anyone seeing us together.
Alright. I'm just gonna stick like right close to you. Since you
Get away from...
Nope. What? What are you gonna do? 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 I'm wearing nicer clothes
Hello,
than you,
dear.
bro. Anyway. Screw that guy. Alright, let's keep on keeping on and seeing who's next to talk to. Nobody. Alright, this was his room with his wife. I mean, I feel feel like the implication is, so far with her and him, is that she's cheating on him or going to cheat on him, and we're gonna have to handle that situation, because then he might hurt her or hurt her lover. Alright, here's somebody else, thank God. Alright, Marius, you're in this room. Marius. Seen wandering the city at night. Alright, so you're mystery.
I thought we were done talking.
Oh, this is the, excuse me, this is the... Or we already talked to him.
Yes, I do.
Death.
Death.
Alright, so he's
Death is the only way out of here.
Alright, so nothing else new to talk to him about. That is the, Assassin's Guild. Alright, which makes sense that he would have the Night Mother. And the Sweet Mother, yeah, so he's...
I thought we were done talking.
Oh, okay. Alright, so like this I don't know. I don't know if I pick this. Where is he? That he can still see me. You can see through walls? Like, I don't know if I pick this, if this counts as a bad thing. Okay, no, it seems like it's okay as long as I didn't actually steal anything. Alright, so now we know we can look in lockboxes, just don't take anything from the lockboxes. Alright, real quick, I'm just going to double check, make sure there's... I guess everybody else is outside. That would appear to be the case. Alright, so we'll kind of go building the building from this point on. If we encounter anybody, we will stop and talk to them. Alright, like somebody's standing right there.
Help! There's a looter coming into the city.
There's a what? Looter? What did you see?
I saw a man come down the shaft, but he was armed and he looked like a looter. If he makes it into the city and starts attacking people, he'll break the dwarves' law, and who knows what will happen. You have to stop him. Everybody, go home and lock your doors.
What was that?
Alright, well on the bright side, I'm good at killing. Come on.
You picked a bad time to get here.
You never should have came here. You're talking to me? Yeah. Oh, I have an arrow through my head. Oh my god. I had an arrow through my head.
Vampire!
Oh, how many more of you are coming?
Gods, no!
Anybody else? There's still more. Dark Brotherhood Warlock. Okay. Where'd that other body go? Seriously. Okay. Well, that's very odd. That the other body disappeared. Let's read that note that he had. Alright, so... we're just gonna... the Dark Brotherhood are gonna be coming down here. Warlock's orders. My sweet child, if Quintus thinks he can hide from his own family, he is even greater disappointment than I thought. He may have eluded his other siblings, but I know you won't let me down as they did. Take some of your playthings and find out where that venomous little spider is hiding, and when you find him, sweetling, do what you do best. M. So, mother. Okay. So, Quintus. Okay. So that has to be the dude that we were just talking to. I'm still very confused where that other body disappeared to. Just clean it up a little bit. I think if anybody else would come down, or they would like look and maybe see the bodies floating in here. Maybe? I don't know. Alright, so stealing in here, not stealing. So it's like as long as we stop anybody from coming into the actual city. That's interesting. I wonder how many times something like this is going to happen. Oh, this is going to take a while. He's flying. Whee! Whee! Look at him fly. I believe he can fly. I believe he can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Alright. Cool. Do I get some sort of reward now? I would love that. Come on. Come on. Oh my god. Even with the skeleton key, my mind is boggled how I'm still so bad at picking locks. What do we got? That's mine. Ooh, those look pretty. Oh my god. Really? Flawless diamond, flawless ruby. Ruby rude. Corbin! Alright. So we gotta go talk to Quintus. Let's see if he's still where, Alright, where'd she go? Hey.
Is it over? Is it safe?
Yeah, you're kind of echoey. The looters are dead.
Oh, thank the gods. What a relief. We're so lucky that you arrived in time to stop them. I'll be sure to tell everyone what you've done for us. Thank you so much. If there's ever anything my husband Tabik and I can do to help you, just ask.
What's your story?
Oh, there's not much to tell. My husband Tabik runs the clothing store in town. You should stop by. I'm sure you'll leave looking much better. Not that you don't look good now,
Yeah,
I mean.
I was gonna say,
it's
that's
just,
rude.
you know, nice clothes are... Oh, who am I kidding? I'm no good at selling anything. I guess that's why they've got me sweeping the floors day in, day out. Well, that, and we weren't invited to be layabouts in the Jarl's citadel.
Layabouts?
Did you see anyone working in the citadel? I'll bet you didn't.
I saw an old lady
They just
working.
amuse themselves all day while those of us down here do all the work. And why? Because Habik's a Redguard and I'm a Breton. I bet if we were both Imperial, it'd be a different story. The worst part is we left Solitude to get away from bigoted Nords after our son died. But here the Imperials are even worse.
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
What happened to your son?
Oh. No offense, but I'd rather not talk about it. Too many painful memories.
Fair enough.
And besides, there are enough sad stories around this place as it is. But if you're interested, you can talk to my husband, Habik, in his shop, Firefly Finery.
Ever thought of challenging the Jarl?
What would we do? Start a rebellion? No way. Not after the dwarves' warning. You know, the many shall suffer for the sins of the one, and all that.
You believe the dwarves' warning?
I'd be a fool not to. If you're not convinced, you should go and talk to Broll in his chambers. He knows more about the dwarves than anyone.
I tried, but he wasn't there. Let's talk about something else.
All right.
Do you know a way out of here?
If I did, Habik and I probably wouldn't be here. But Ulrin's wife managed to escape a while back. He doesn't like to talk about it, but you might be able to get him to open up, I suppose.
Really? Okay, I'll be going now.
Nice to talk to you. See you soon.
Okay. So people creeping around down there. Literally one dude creeping. Let's, again, we're just gonna go house at a time. So this is Broll's chambers here. Alright, awesome. So we're looking for him.
Hello, neighbor. I understand we have you to thank for dispensing with some would-be looters. So, thank you.
Alright, my instinct is to steal all your stuff, and it's very hard for me not to do
Hello,
that.
neighbor. Would you like to hear about my research?
Sure. What's your story?
My story? What a strange question. You presuppose that my life is a simple linear sequence of events which can be summed up in a verbal narrative? Well, that's nonsense, of course. First, most of it was so long ago I barely remember. Second, you would have to assume that the account I give you is biased heavily in my favor, and is therefore quite unreliable. And finally, my story is really much less interesting than this mysterious place. Now, do you have any sensible questions, or can I get back to work?
I don't have any sensible questions. I just wanted to know what you do and where you're from.
Well, why didn't you say so? I research Dwarven history and technology, and I'm originally from Kragenmoor in Morrowind. Any other questions?
What's your favorite cheese? Do you know a way out of here? What's the big glowing orb above us?
That is the sun under the ground. Or at least that's how it's referred to in the Dwarven text we've managed to translate. I must confess, I haven't the faintest idea of how it works. But it seems to be giving us light and allowing us to grow crops, even under the ground. Of course, if it ever stops glowing, for whatever reason, we'll all be in quite a lot of trouble. But don't concern yourself with such dark thoughts. I'm sure we have nothing to worry about.
Okay. Do you know anything? Do you know anything about time travel? Okay. We got a lot to go over with him. I'm curious how he's gonna respond to this. Do you know a way out of here?
Now that's an interesting question. I personally don't know any way out, no. However, I have a theory. It's more of a hypothesis, really. My thinking is that if there was a way out of here, the dwarves who built this place must have known about it.
But the dwarves disappeared ages ago.
True, but we can learn all sorts of things about them from what they left behind. Inscriptions, architecture, relics, statues. And while I've discovered many things here, there are some parts of the city I haven't been able to get to. I'm most interested in the palace, above the lake. Unfortunately, it's sealed up tight. Only one man ever managed to enter, and he never came out. That was Narnabas, and we haven't heard from him in years. Strange fellow. I believe he was looking for the secrets of the dwarves too. If you could find a way in there, I'm sure it would tell us a great deal about this place. Who knows what secrets we could uncover.
I have been in there. I like how it's saying optional. I've already been in there? Do you know anything about time travel? What can you tell me about the laws here?
Well, the dwarves who built this city left inscriptions in the citadel, which translate to, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." My research leads me to believe that if a single member of our community sins, it'll trigger an event, killing us all. I believe such an event occurred some years ago, which is why Metellus found the city littered with burned corpses. But to this day, there are many questions we simply don't have answers for. How is the dwarf's law still being enforced? How does it work? And we may never know, as long as nobody attacks or steals from anybody else. Until we know more, we all need to be on our best behavior.
There's a giant glowy man who lives in a dome in the underground. You know anything about time travel?
Time travel? You know, as it happens, I do. It was a great obsession of mine for years after my wife passed. I thought if I could go back, I gave up on that idea a long time ago. But recently the Jarl has asked to see my research notes. How strange that you should now take an interest too. Can I ask what the nature of your interest is in this unusual subject?
He told me not to tell, but it's not giving me a choice, so...
I don't quite know what to say to that. How can I put this charitably? Perhaps you're tired and emotional and need some rest. But I always enjoy discussing my theories with a receptive mind, so I'll humor you. What did you want to ask?
If you traveled to the past, how would you return to the present?
For argument's sake, if you found yourself in that position, you'd have only two options. To live out your days in the past, or force a paradox. A paradox, you see, would involve changing the past so as to prevent the events which caused you to travel back in time in the first place. But you'd be taking a big risk by doing that. Who knows what the consequences would be? Some say that whatever you do, it will lead you right back to the future that took you back in time in the first place. An eternal loop, if you will. But me, I believe that creating a paradox should fling you back to your original time, having changed the past for you and everyone else.
How would I create a paradox?
Well, let's say for argument's sake that you really have traveled here from the future. You could create a paradox in a few different ways. Essentially, you could do anything that would remove your means or motivation to return to the past. For example, you came here to achieve some goal. Achieving that goal would mean you will never have been motivated to come here. A paradox. Or, if the thing that allowed you to travel back in time is still here, as a past version of itself, you could simply destroy it, I suppose. That would mean, of course, that you will never have been able to travel back in time. Another paradox. But doing so could have terrible consequences. But if you really are from the future, as unlikely as that is, telling me or anybody else what happens next could have disastrous consequences too. I think it's best if we talk about something else.
I found the way into the palace.
Brilliant. What did you find in there?
It was overrun by undead, resurrected by Narnabas. He's dead. I found this speech about the dwarf's law surrounded by burnt corpses. Well, I want to tell him both those things.
How terrible. But not unexpected. Narnabis was a reckless fellow. But did you discover something about the dwarf's law? Some relic or text?
I did.
Let me see it. That is disturbing. This Dorotus fellow set out to disprove the existence of the dwarf's law, and instead triggered some kind of mass execution. So the dwarf's law is real, and can be triggered simply by striking another person. I take no pleasure in being vindicated in relation to this. But there's something else that troubles me. If the dwarf's law is still being enforced, does that not suggest the existence of some kind of judge? And this judge, who watches over us, must be somewhere inside the city. I need you to find whoever, or whatever it is. And when you do, well, I'm not going to say it out loud, but do whatever you need to do, for yourself, and for us all.
Okay. I found some immaculate dwarven armor.
Ah, yes. Most dwarven armor you see these days is quite badly worn, but this piece is still perfect, after thousands of years. It also seems to have some magical properties. It should protect you from the harmful energy down in the tunnels below the city. It all but killed Brandis when he went down there, but he didn't have a full set. If you can get down there safely, let me know what you discover.
Okay, so that magical essence I thought was supposed to be hurting me, and that's why I wasn't supposed to be able to go down there. So that was my fault.
Very well. Come back if you think of any questions about something you discover.
Okay, so he's got books to read. The ones that would make sense logically for him to have, for the most part.
Hello, neighbor. Made any exciting new discoveries?
Thank you for that conjuration. Alright. He has a downstairs. Now again, I should be able to pick this without triggering anything. Just not actually steal anything. Alright, nothing useful in there anyway, and he has an interest. Hi. To the underground tunnels.
Farewell. Come back if you think of any questions.
That was very enlightening. Okay. Anybody else around? Next house. Can't get in there. Is that my house? That is my house. I can get in there. Alright. So this is my house now. Awesome, I guess. So I'm confused about these doors to the underground because there was no other doors that I saw down there. So what are how do we all have doors in our basement to go there? Anyway. Lukey, alright, so this is the healer. That one I remember. Looks like an alchemist.
Oh, a new person. Well, welcome to our city. Or whatever it is the Jarl tells us to say.
You have a nice attitude.
So you're the one who killed all those people. Did it make you feel like a big hero? Have you asked yourself who's gonna clean up all your mess?
But I cleaned up too. I threw the bodies in the water. What's your story?
I'm Lukey. I'm what passes for an alchemist and healer around here. I'll be honest, I don't much care for dealing with people, or healing them. But I wouldn't trust anyone else around here with the responsibility. And I guess somebody's gotta do it, right?
I guess so. It sounds like you don't think much of your neighbors.
Oh, don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't like my neighbors. I don't like anyone. Stupid, untrustworthy, selfish, ugly creatures we humans are. But you know what? At least down here, people are on their best behavior most of the time, what with the dwarves' law and all. I mean, people are still bastards, but at least they have to be discreet about it. Nobody's openly violent, and nobody's ever stolen anything from me.
Fair enough. Do you know a way out of here?
There isn't one. This place is like a firefly trap. One way in, no way out. Could be worse, though. You could be living in bloody Skyrim.
What do you have for sale?
Just a small selection of potions. Ingredients are in short supply here. Happy to buy yours if you have any.
I do. You only have 7 gold, though. I have 118,599 gold. Do you have any skooma? No skooma. Okay, she really doesn't have anything. Okay. That's,
Fine. Just walk away.
I am. I don't want to steal.
Hi there.
I'm just seeing what books you got. Trying to get the lay of the land here. I mean, if she has skooma, I can't steal it. Because then I'll get in trouble for stealing. So... Alright. So I need a key. How am I supposed to go through their belongings if they have things locked up and they require special keys? Alright, now it's nighttime already? Alright, so what's this guy again? This is Rikus.
Heard you got to kill those looters. Wish I could have joined you. I haven't been allowed to fight in years.
What? Why not? What's your story?
Get out of my face, milk drinker.
What's your problem?
My problem is that I'm the only one around here whose head isn't buried in the sand. That's my problem.
What do you mean?
I mean, everyone acts like nothing's wrong. But we're one stupid mistake away from being wiped out, like the last lot of people who lived here. Seems like I'm the only one ready for what's coming, whatever that is. And when it hits, it's every man for himself. You've been warned.
What do you think is coming?
I don't know. But did you ever get the feeling these statues are watching us? Like they're waiting for something. I don't like it.
Well, you're 100% right, because we tested that theory out, and they are going to wake up and murder you all to death. Do you know a way out of here?
If I did, I wouldn't be standing here listening to you.
About that shiny dwarven armor you're wearing.
What about it?
I need it. I need it to complete a set. I'd like to buy it from you. Give it to me or I'll kill you and take it. Are there any others like it?
Nope. This is the only one like it in the whole city.
Can I buy it?
It's not for sale.
I want. I needed to complete the set.
Not my problem.
I want it.
Oh, well, in that case, you still can't have it. Let me be clear. The only way you'll get this armor is if you peel it from my corpse.
Give it to me or I'll kill you and take it. That might actually scare him into giving it to me because he's afraid that something's going to happen.
Not going to happen, maggot. Because you know, and I know, that the first blow that gets landed is going to get us all killed. You're not that stupid. Uh-huh.
Alright, well...
What do you want?
Hmm.
Bye.
Okay. We'll have to figure that out. Whose house is this? Deglin's. Alright, so that was... Now we can look again. That was Rikus. Yeah, Luki just says, competent, begrudging, skull alchemist, no potential. Deglund is the person that manages the houseware store. Rikus. Alright, that's one that just says paranoid, but we know he's not paranoid. Alright, Deglund, are you here? See, purposely leaving just money all over the place just to tease me. It certainly feels like it's the case. Wait, a note. Read an old letter from Deglund's father. Deglund, I'm writing this to you to let you know formally that I've disowned you. You will receive nothing from my estate when I pass. I do not expect you will be at all fazed by this, since you always seem to have more ill-gotten coin than you know what to do with. And since you have the black eyes and cold heart of a skeever, when you were a small lad, you killed the neighbor's chicken with a shovel. I hid it from your mother, not completely understanding what it meant, or perhaps believing it would have been it to have been an accident. As you grew into a young man, I did everything I could to raise you to be kind and honest boy, but after your little incident in the rat way, the healers say Big Bernie will never see in that eye again. It seems that it is not and never will be your nature. I am ashamed to admit I have raised the single worst boy I've ever known. Leave my house by the end of the week. You are not welcome here, Alexander. Well, we're not going to steal it. Interesting. There's literally, as far as I can tell, nothing else to do here. What time is it? It's 9:04 p.m. Like, where is he? It's interesting I'm still allowed in the house. Rastasia's house. Another note, threatening note. To Rastasia, you are gossip whore, do not lie. I am sick of your lies. I know it is you saying lies about me. It is gossip, and I will watching you at the tavern. I can hear you lying, making me stupid. You are stupid, forsworn witch. Stop it, or I teach you a lesson. Oh, okay, so somebody's threatening her. Definitely does appear to be forsworn. Old letter to Rastasia. There's no easy way to say this. I'll just write it. We're finished. Looking back, it was my mistake to think that taking a forsworn bride would be an exciting thing to do. It certainly got people talking in Whiterun. I can't tell you how many men winked and slapped me on the back. She'd be a wild one, they say. They wouldn't mind me a bit. Horsworn. Oh my goodness. As much as I'd like to blame them, I have to lay all the blame squarely at your feet. You flirt brazenly right in front of me. I've heard the way you talk to men and women alike. I can only imagine where you disappeared to at night. Take this amulet tomorrow you gave me and get as far away from Whiterun as you can go. I loved you once, Samuel. Alright, so again, we're not going to take that. Okay. She does have 2 beds, which is interesting. So apparently, the implication is that she's promiscuous or just flirty. Maybe just flirty. Okay, and apparently there's a tavern. Whereas whoever wrote her that note, the tavern. So that's where I'm going to guess that they all are, in the tavern. Alright, what is this? Jeshel's house. I'll start to remember people eventually. Jeshel. Oh, is that the old lady? Yeah, I think we already talked to her because she has the Shrine of Mara. Okay. So let's see, is there anything else about her that we can find out? Find out she's telling the truth about herself. Jeshel's prayer. To whom it may concern, if you're reading this, I've passed on from this world to Mara's loving embrace. I don't have more than a few meager possessions to give away, but I leave them to poor old Dooley. My last request is that he be allowed to live in my home, and that people here find it in their hearts to care for him. He's a sweet man with a kind soul. Oh, well, that's very nice. So Jeshel seems like a sweetheart. Although there is a master lock chest. That's awesome. So, Jeshel is a witch. She's a good witch. She's a witch. That's hilarious. Alright, so how long is everybody at the tavern? Is anybody coming? No, still nobody's coming. And then that's to the palace. Okay, so we checked all the houses here on the Upper Ridge. I don't know how long people hang out at the tavern. I mean, if everybody was asleep, I would just go to sleep. But apparently we're all at the tavern getting crazy, I guess. Alright, is this store... Honest Trader is still open, apparently. Or not. I mean, like, what are you even selling, bro? Requires key, and again, there is an underground tunnels. Very weird. Alright, so even though we could go into the stores, I don't think the stores are maybe people just don't lock their doors because, I mean, why would they? Alright, who are you?
Oh, hello there.
What's your story?
I'm a Breton from Hyrak. I've studied history at the Imperial City, which led me to Skyrim in search of Dwemer ruins. And now I'm here. Some days I just can't believe my luck. Working with Brawl. Researching the richest source of Dwemer history and technology I could have imagined. I feel like we're on the brink of some amazing discoveries about the Dwemer. Who knows? Maybe we'll find not all of them have disappeared.
Can you tell me about the history of this place?
I could, but Brawl knows much more than I do. You should really talk to him. Ask him any question you have. He's amazingly knowledgeable.
Alright, so this is his assistant. Do you know a way out of here?
A way out of here? Are you kidding? Why would I want to get out of here? I can't think of a single place in all Tamriel I'd rather be.
Oh, I like training in art of speechcraft.
Of course. I think I can teach you a thing or two.
Alright. I was not expecting that. Alright, that's it. She can only take me up to level 90, apparently. Do you need any help with your research?
Now that you mentioned it, I do. I need you to get something for me, and it won't be easy. I've tried everything I can think of, and still nothing. There's a big Nord living down in the city called Rikus. You may have seen him walking around in an immaculate example of dwarven armor.
Mm-hmm.
I need that armor. It's the only one like it, and I believe it to be crucial in unlocking the secret of this place. The trouble is, before I could get a good look at it, that brute Rikas claimed it as his own, and has been wearing it ever since. I've tried everything. Appeals to his better nature, flattery, charm, even threats. It's like negotiating with a brick wall. The only thing I haven't tried is violence, and you know how that would end. But I'm convinced there's a way to get it. There has to be.
Alright, I'll try to get it.
Thank you.
I already tried.
If you do manage to get it, you're welcome to keep it. I just need to have a quick look at it, that's all.
Alright, I'll be going now.
That's fine. I've got a lot of reading to do if I'm going to know half as much as Grohl one day.
Alright. So who are you guys? Miranda and Habik. Alright, Habik, I need to talk to you, but hold on. Who's this walking here? Marius.
Just out for an evening stroll. Not a soul stirring. Quiet as the grave.
I mean...
Yes, I do. Death. You do that.
Alright, I thought maybe he might be Quintus. I mean, we know he's in the Brotherhood of Steel. Jesus Christ. We know he's in the Dark Brotherhood. Alright.
Hello, my friend.
Who are you? Miranda. Miranda is... another street sweeper. Okay. Or another cleaner. Oh, I already talked to her?
Oh, there's not much to tell. My husband Habik
Okay.
runs the clothing store
Yep.
in town.
I'm sorry.
You should stop by.
I didn't realize.
I'm sure you'll leave looking much
Miranda
better.
told me you cut down those looters before they breached the city gates. Well done, my friend.
Thank you.
Hello there.
What's your story?
I'm Habik. I live out back with my wife, Miranda. We used to live in solitude, but, we had to leave. Found this place by accident, like most. The Jarl needed someone to mind the store. So I volunteered. Doesn't make any money, of course. Not enough customers. The Jarl says he likes to keep us busy and out of trouble. But of course, he and all his cronies in the Citadel never seem to lift a finger.
Why did you leave Solitude?
Our son was working at my stables outside the city. He was alone when he had a visit from some Imperial, a cousin of the High King. This Imperial thought he'd just take one of the horses as a tithe. Guess he didn't think a 12-year-old boy was going to stop him. But Limar wouldn't stand for it. And as the thief rode off, my son managed to shoot an arrow into his shoulder. But I wasn't there at the time. I came back from the market to find my son's body, trampled in the dirt. It was... I can't begin to describe it. I was shattered. I went straight to Torig's court and demanded justice. But I guess that word doesn't mean much to an Imperial. Instead, he seized my stables and told me if I ever set foot in Solitude again, my wife and I would end up the same way as Limar. So we left. Wandered Skyrim for a while, and eventually wound up here. I was hoping this place would be better. I was wrong.
I'm so sorry, Habik. That's terrible. I would destroy me too. If the Jarl is so unfair, why don't you just overthrow him?
I wish it was that simple. But with the dwarves' law, everybody here is terrified of doing anything wrong, in case it gets us all killed. The dwarves wrote, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." But we don't know what they meant by sin. Theft. Violence, probably. But maybe they meant all sorts of things, like dishonesty or disobedience to the Jarl. That's what Metellus would like us to think, anyway. So I could ignore his orders. Sure. I could even lead an uprising against him. Gods know most of us are sick of him, but I'd be risking the lives of everyone here, and I just don't want to be responsible for that. So here I am, running my shop. Could be worse.
You can lockpick. That much I could tell you. Yeah, why would I say that? I know it's not. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's talk about something else.
All right.
Do you know a way out of here?
No, I don't. But I'd wager that if anyone does know a way out, it's the Jarl. But of course, if he told anyone, he'd be ruling over an empty city.
I'll be
All
going
right.
now.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you. Okay. So, I guess we'll take a quick look at the map, try to figure out where the tavern is. Finery, produce, house. Okay, so if I just go straight, is this it? No. How did I screw that up so quickly? Alright, so that's the tavern. But honestly, if everybody's, or for the most part everybody's in the tavern, then I can explore everybody's house without them being upset about it. And then I can talk to them. So that might be, in a weird way, the smarter thing to do. Brandis's will, or he has a will too, Jesus. I, Brandis, the Vigilance of Sendar, make this will. I leave all my worldly possessions, including my immaculate dwarven boots, to whoever is willing to continue my mission to rid this place of the evil that lies buried beneath the city. May Stendar blessing protect you, Brandis, first day, last seed. Alright, this one I can take. I can take not everything. Ooh. Alright, I guess I have to talk to him. I mean, does this say take? Is he dead?
You there. Come over here.
He got burned really badly. What's your story?
What? That doesn't matter now. I don't have much time. I just need you to listen to me. The others all think I'm mad.
What do you want to tell me?
Stendar. He plants these images in my head. He shows me secrets. Made me come here.
What did you see?
Something terrifying. Deep in the earth beneath the city. Powerful. And evil. I went down into the tunnels to destroy it. But the energy, it seeps into your bones. Please. Please, you must find a way to get down there. And finish what
Okay. So now I don't feel bad about taking the boots. He's not looking so hot. Alright, thanks for the boots. I mean, you know how I roll. If I'm allowed to take it, I'm taking it. Just gotta be careful. Actually read before I take it. I mean, I don't want the books, I don't think. Steal. That would be stealing for some reason. How about the loot? The loot is still stealing too for some reason. Like this one potion. That's so weird. Cabbage isn't stealing. Leeks isn't stealing. Bread isn't stealing. But this, the loot, very odd. Alright, well now I got the boots. You know what? Let's put them on. Screw it. It's gonna look ridiculous. But we have 2 pieces now. Alright, so we got the gauntlets and the boots. And we know where there's another piece. Alright, so he's dead. This is the tavern. Whose house is this? Habik and Miranda's house. Okay. So let's see if we can find any secrets in their house. I mean, immediately, there's a note right here. Letter from Dominus. In preparation for my inevitable ascension to Jarl, I require a ceremonial suit of armor as glorious as my role will be. A set of crusty old dwarven armor which you have dubiously cleaned with a bit of Redguard spit polish will simply not suffice. I've required the most glorious armor the city has ever seen. I've become aware that there are some immaculate dwarven gauntlets in the palace, tantalizingly, just out of reach on the other side of the bar gate. I require you obtain them for me. How you go about this is not my concern. I must have those gauntlets. I remind you of the privileged position you find yourself in as a manager of Jarl's clothing store. Should you fail to acquire these gauntlets, recommend to the Jarl that he find a more suitable person for this role. What a dick Dominus is. So he's trying to blackmail him.
That's... What are you doing here?
I'm
Get
sorry.
out.
I didn't know you were sleeping. I was just trying to get stuff and things. I'm trying to learn things. Alright, Rika's house. Alright, well, we know he's not here because he's up there. So maybe we'll learn... Oh, he is here. Okay. Well, until he tells me to leave. I'm going to check around. He's got a lot of weapons. I can use
Get out of my house.
Okay.
Get...
I'm gone. I left. So is it late enough that everybody's in their houses now? Is that what's going on? Vernon. I don't remember who Vernon is. Is Vernon here? Yes, okay. So now everybody's here. Which is kind of inconvenient for me to snoop around in our house. Now, I guess we'll go to the tavern and see who's in the tavern, if anybody. The tavern appears to be completely empty. And apparently I can steak? I can take some stuff from the tavern, which is odd. Nobody works here? It's just closed at 2 a.m., but again, they don't lock the doors or anything. Very interesting. Wait, what? Dwarven pan. I'm for sure going to screw up and pick up something at some point that's stolen. Or that's going to make me having stole things. Alright, we can unlock the master chest here. Come on. Come on. Potato moonshine. Delicious. Alright, again. They're gonna come in and somebody will have stolen every glass, every bottle of liquor, every piece of wheat, every spigot, every glass and bowl. Every bucket and mop. Yeah, I guess, like I said, I guess it's just after a certain time there's just nobody here because, well, I mean, they don't need to be. Alright, well, I guess, that being said, we can... Is that skooma? That is skooma. How did skooma get up there? I don't really want to give that lady skooma, though. I mean, she was an addict. She came here to get clean. Because there's no skooma. Does she not know that they had skooma here? So why do I want to give her skooma? That seems like a horrible thing to do. Just seeing Ulrin. Yeah, didn't they say somebody walked around at night? Yasmar. Who walks around at night? I swear they said somebody walks around at night, but I'm not seeing anybody walk around at night. Right? It's completely chill. Alright, screw it. We will get some rest. And wrap this episode up, I guess. We'll pick it up next episode and continue to question people from there and try to figure stuff and things out. We'll sleep to 9:30 a.m. Maybe we'll do some shopping at the store since nobody has money. We'll see if they realize that somebody robbed the freaking tavern. Alright, so with all that being said, this has been the 3rd episode of If. Interesting, immersive, and forgotten. I am Loki the Mad Titan. I bid you adieu, goodbye, and good night, Forgotten. Thank you so very much for watching. Please consider subscribing if you have not. Goodbye.